So history has shown that hard times create hard men. Hard men create good times. Good times create soft men, and soft men create hard times. So folks, we got a lot of soft people these days. Our younger generations have stood in the shadow of Americans who built the New York City skyline, stormed the beaches of Normandy, we won 2 world wars. We put a man on the moon using less technology, like we're talking 1% of the capabilities of a modern iPhone. Imagine that. And now what? What are the greatest moments of triumph over the last 20 years? I mean, we got a pregnant man emoji, taking elementary school children to drag bars, a bunch of people surrounded by guns that are banning everyone else from having them. But look at what's being called heroic these days. I mean, dude, 71% of our service-eligible age citizens can't meet basic military fitness standards. Yeah, we're really forging a path of American superiority. I'm not saying this, though, just to dunk on younger generations. We need to know how far we've fallen so we can fix it. Are we the same society where droves of 16-year-old kids would lie about their age to march to almost certain death 3,000 miles across the Pacific? I don't think so. We've gotten soft. But the good news for the overall direction of the country is things are actually getting hard, and this generation doesn't know what to do. We've experienced hardships in the previous generations. They had the 2 world wars, they had the Cold War, Great Depression, even gas lines. And what have we endured? The wrong pronoun now, words being used as violence, inequity, inequality. Okay, maybe the 2008 crash, maybe COVID, which, by the way, was an entirely self-imposed crisis. There are kids graduating from college today that weren't even alive during 9/11. We live in a country where the primary health concern among people below the poverty line is obesity. We don't have any concept of what hard really is. And the Democrats are capitalizing on it. Our moral overlords on the left, who hold all the legislative control right now, are using things that this new generation deems a crisis as a platform for more government control. They do it on everything. They're running on policies that would have gotten them locked up as communist sympathizers during the Cold War less than 50 years ago. Folks, what's happening right now is a direct result of the Democrats' policies, and we better right this ship before it's too late. Because this type of big government social policy has ruined every single society it's touched, and you don't recover. This is Hiroshima. 80 years after getting hit by a nuclear bomb, it recovered faster than most socialist Marxist regions of the world. This is what the bulk of the former Soviet Union looks like now. I know, I was just literally there like 24 hours ago. The success rate of socialism, and this is what the Democrats are aiming for, is effectively socialism, is give or take, now we can approximate, 0. It has never succeeded. No time in history has it ever worked out for the people who it was promised to help. Yet here we are, diving headfirst into the shallow end of this kiddie pool. And the Democrats are doing it the same way every dictator has done it throughout history. All dictators of the past have taken a series of steps to gain power. None of them just like popped up one day and were like, magically in charge. Some took power by force, but others took it by selling an impossible utopia to people in desperation, essentially selling people their own wealth under the promise of equality, fairness, and legislated prosperity. Any of this sound familiar to you? They come in, they confiscate your money at gunpoint via taxes, give a little bit back to you, a la $600 in COVID relief, and subject you to their version of your rights, for the greater good. Every dictator in history took weapons from their subjects. Lenin even said this. One man with a gun can control 100 without one. Mao knew this too. He said, all political power comes from the barrel of a gun. The Communist Party must command all the guns. That way no guns can ever be used to command the party. I mean, after all, the government that would take your guns is probably the one that's about to do something that you would likely shoot them for. Think about that, folks. They indoctrinated the youth also. Hitler said, he alone who owns the youth gains the future. What do you think they're doing with CRT, this LGBTQ LMNOP -sign exclamation point? What do you think that agenda is? Why do you think many parents are being not told about these events? Look, you got to understand who is trying to control what you can say also. Social media. Do you think independent fact checkers are? Of course they are. Ben Franklin warned us about this when he said, without freedom of thought, there can be no such thing as wisdom and no such thing as public liberty without freedom of speech. Just like Democrats now, every dictator, every single one, ensured they, the ruling class, using propaganda, got the masses to have disdain for the successful, Tax the rich. Any of this sound familiar? This is how you control a society. Look, Joe Biden is tanking the economy. So, okay, maybe he doesn't know the plan and maybe he's just sitting in his beanbag in the White House eating Cheetos, but those pulling the strings are super aware of this. The more desperate people are, the more they will hail the government. It's fact, folks. The more they're going to hail the government as the hero when they do anything at all. Take baby formula. Biden flew in like, I don't know, it was like a pallet and a half of baby formula. And half the people in America were like, oh, wow, what a hero. It's tyranny. It's here now. It's not on the horizon. And people are just handing their rights over willingly. For what? The illusion of safety, stability, and security? No. You are your greatest and best option for your own safety and security. You alone are here in America can achieve as much or as little as you desire. You don't need the government. The government needs you. They need us. The government's forgotten that. And many citizens have too. That's why those hard times are coming, folks. Hard men realize this. And the soft men better wake up. The America that was the envy of the world, it's going to fail. Like every other society that went down this path.